Alright, dude, check out where I am today. I'm at this beautiful, look at this place. Hot bath, steam room, eucalyptus steam room, cold bath, pool, yoga center, qigong, beautiful fireplace, great food, and infrared sauna, cryotherapy, gym. This place is literally phenomenal. I've dreamed of being in places like this, and I wanted to come sit with you here and check in and talk to you about something that is happening to me currently. It's pretty amazing to be in a vibrational match to something like this and to a place like this. This place is called Astana in Uluwatu, Bali, Indonesia. I would check it out if you get a chance. It's pretty phenomenal. But what I wanted to check into you today is how do you get into something like this? How is it that your energy can be a vibrational match to something like this? Now, this is topics that I'm really passionate about and something that I take a lot of time to study. And the answer is, to my understanding and to what I've been consciously changing myself internally to get into places like this, is at the base level, it's called identity shifting. Now, at every stage of our life, we all have an identity. Our internal self identifies with something. Now, we're told in conventional self-development that we have to change our thoughts. So what do? We just try to become aware of our thoughts and then try to change our thoughts by just overrunning them, so to speak. So we've got all these thoughts, like negative thoughts, negative self-talk, and then we just try to dump more positive talk over it. So we're said that we're supposed to listen to I am affirmations, we're supposed to write I am affirmations, but see, there's 4 levels to this in order to change. So when you're dealing with the thought level, that's the first level of self. Like, it's just like, kind of like, if we think about it, like, imagine if you were to think a thought and it became true. Like, that would be pretty crazy. Like, so in actuality, that's the first layer. So we have to get down to the second layer. And the second layer is a thought over consistently over a duration of time turns into emotion. So think of emotion as energy in motion. Emotion. So an emotion is a thought in motion. So that thought gets translated into the body. Now, this is our storage house. This is essentially our subconscious mind. So any thought that we consistently think over and over and over again turns into an emotion, which then we feel. So that's the second stage. But then the third stage of this is the belief system. So now that you've thought something over and over again and it transmutes into an emotion, then it goes into a belief. So an emotion felt all the time. So when you see someone talk, try to tune into this next time. When they say, oh, I believe that it's this, and like, oh, okay, interesting. Like, that means in that energy, I can see the emotion that's coming out of you. You have thought that thought over and over again, and now it's turned into a strong emotion, which has now hardwired your brain into thinking that that's a belief. So, like, think about the emotion and the weight that people feel when they think about money, with an old pattern about money. Like, money is hard to come by. Money doesn't grow on trees, you know? The emotion behind it is turned into a belief. Now, once you believe something, this is the layer that we really got to get to, is now you identify as that belief. And that really is what we have to look at if we're looking to shift, to really change ourselves and our identity in order to become a vibrational match to epic places like this. Like, I'm telling you, this is look at this place. Like, beachfront, there's the surf right there, surf right down there. This is crazy. But you have to shift your identity. So How do you shift your identity? Well, I done a video on this, on ways that you can shift your identity, and how do you it's pretty deep, to be honest. There's a lot of deep work that you got to do and try to understand self. But to give you help, it's like, it seems kind of basic in a way to sometimes. You're like, oh yeah, I already knew that. But it's like, if you have the science behind it and the understanding of like how our brain works within our neurological pathways within our brain, and the anatomy and the neuroplasticity in our brain matched with the understanding of self, and then you go do these things, it's like pretty wild. But some of the things you can do to shift your identity is just change your clothes, like get new clothes. Like I'm on my way to shifting my identity, to be honest. These are like, I've had this shirt for over a year now. I've had these shorts that I'm wearing for over a year now. These sunglasses are like $2, but I'm on my way up to shifting my identity. So what I'll be doing is changing my clothes. I'll be getting more expensive wear, because these are a vibrational match, you know. I just made a promise to Mal that we are no longer, the place that we just stayed at, we needed to come here to cleanse, you know. I just did a big project. I needed to change my identity and be around a high vibrational place. So we decided to come to this place today. And we just stayed at another hotel that was like, okay, that's it. I like sent a powerful frequency out to the universe saying, I'm never staying in a place like this again. I'm sick and tired of that. Which, where I was when I first came to Bali, that was a beautiful, beautiful place. But now my vibration's raising so high that like, I don't feel good no longer being in a place like that. Like, I've got to be on some level of luxury now, where my energy is vibrating at. And I say that humbly, and I invite you to want these things too for your vibration if it feels good, you know. So for me, I feel amazing in a high vibe place like this. Like, I just feel so great. So change your clothes, get a haircut. You could even do something like as crazy as like change your name on social media, like switch your name up on social media. Big one, change your environment. The fastest way to change your life is change your environment, because you will no longer be able to sustain who you were in different environments. So to give you an example, where I was staying last night, it was like more so like a surfer dude environment. And that was great for me back in the day, because I used to love those places. But like, my identity is totally shifted now that I don't feel good in low vibe places anymore. Not to discredit anyone that is in that, it's just for me personally. Coming here, I identify with someone that is of this frequency in this high vibrational place. So change your environment. That's why Tony Robbins says fastest way to change your life, change your environment. There's this last little tip that I want to give you when you're changing or you're shifting your identity. This is really huge. I hope you're still here. If you're still here, it means you really want to shift your identity. Someone was talking to me about when you're shifting your identity, you don't really feel good. Like, it doesn't feel real, like the fake it till you make it. But when you're shifting your identity, you want to assume and then ground into that place. So for example, like right now I have a financial goal. So when I'm repeating it over and over in my mind, I'm doing visualizations, I just am it, and then I'm grounding. So sometimes your energy, when you're doing something new, you don't feel it right away. Like, it kind of flutters away from yourself, and then your mind takes over and your energy goes. But we're talking on a vibrational level here. So what you want to do is assume and then ground into that place, you know, that I am XYZ. I am a person that does XYZ. I am this. And speaking from like a grounded place, as if it's already accomplished, and like assuming it. Assume that you are it, as opposed to like just faking that you're it. It's just because basically once you're in a vibrational match of it, you'll have it. So the goal here is to feel it before it happens already. So I wanted to say and check in from this beautiful, beautiful place. Have a great day. Sending you high vibrational vibes from Uluwatu, Bali, and Astana. Share my peace and I share my love.